Hello, welcome to the In Conversation with MG podcast. This podcast is an informal conversation moderated by yours truly, Chinsing Button, often joined by guests. We'll start off with a question and we'll never know where it'll go. If you would like to ask me a question, email me at ginsengfilmpteltd@gmail.com.
We are connecting through Skype, so bear that in mind when you hear the audio.
So today we have a very special guest. His name is Isaac, and he's my longtime friend and collaborator and classmate in MG. Please welcome Isaac Choo.
Hi.
Would you like to introduce yourself?
Okay, let me introduce myself. So I'm Isaac and I'm currently in the same course as Jinsen Motion Graphics. So a little bit of background on how I came to motion graphics is that it was apparently my last choice in my list. So for me, I came from N levels. So normally we have the O level route, then poly, but like there's this route where you can take poly for an extra year. So I managed to barely hit the criteria for it during my N levels and managed to go for year zero in poly. So like for year zero there is 5 choices for your courses. So I picked motion graphics as my last choice because I was kind of contemplating on what I should put for the last choice. So like was actually thinking of doing like filmmaking in Temasek, but like um because like if I was looking through, then I suddenly saw motion graphics along with this. Then like I was thinking like if motion graphics is an extra skill that you can actually like learn and apply. So I was comparing the two courses and I was thinking like, okay, if I take filmmaking, I know at the end of the day I'll be good in the equipment and stuff like that. But like in motion graphics, it could be an extra skill that I might be learning. So it's like, okay, I'm going to just try out and put that as my last choice. And then at the end of the day, my last choice came in, and that was motion graphics. But like, happy lah because like, actually I was thankful for it because like apparently my first choice was aviation management in Temasek Poly, and like if I had taken that course, I think right now it wouldn't be a good um, situation to be in doing aviation now. So yay! So that's how I
But
ended up in graphics.
why not? Like, what if you join, right, and then like COVID didn't happen? What do you think? How do you think you like survive there? Like how do you think you like felt in that course?
You mean if I was taking aviation management and if COVID never happened?
Yeah.
I think actually if I were in that course and COVID didn't happen, I think I would have kind of like be interning at like maybe airport now. They even have Scoot intern now, so it's quite cool.
Wow.
Then some people are like so called I think cabin crew as intern, so it's quite cool, quite interesting thing about it.
Mm.
But like yeah, if COVID didn't happen and if I managed to make it up to that course, it would be that kind of situation lah. Yeah.
Yeah, man, you'll be traveling to so many different places, and then we are here stuck in Singapore. Oh, that's not true though. If COVID didn't happen, I think we'll probably be interning overseas, right?
True though, then we could have went to like Vietnam last year, I think, as a whole course. Yeah,
Yeah, right.
that'd be great, man.
Yeah, but we are in MG anyway, so you know, I was also kind of thinking like, now that since you're not in aviation management, right? Now you're in MG. What do you think you like specialize in?
Like in general now,
Yeah.
I think it's more on like whatever that they taught us in motion graphics. So I kind of like enjoy the part on like doing the animation after effects because it's quite fun to play around with the like the smoothness of the animation to make it more convincing, and also like kind of enjoying like the designing part of it also, and like coming up with the concept also for like whatever projects that they give us. So I think in terms of specialization, I think as for now I feel that I'm still finding it. It's a bit all rounded lah, but like there's just technically in motion graphics you can like also go to a lot of other places when you work next time. So it's like quite a broad broad kind of market because you learn a lot of like stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, I was pretty surprised at your answer because like you didn't cover your YouTube channel at all,
For my YouTube
which
channel,
is
or the
specializing in airplane videos
that's
and
just a
like
hobby, man.
overseas vlogs.
That's just a hobby.
Is isn't isn't that like a specialty as well? Because like you seem to be doing very you seem to be excelling in editing like vlogs.
I call that more of an interest lah. I kind of enjoy doing it. So like the reason why I started it, like creating it, is because like also thinking like okay lah, I get to only travel like once a year, and then like flying you don't really have a chance to fly like very far places. So might as well like every time you hop on the plane, might as well shoot as much as possible lah, and like capture every moment of it. Because like some people they do travel a lot, so they have the chance to like experience flying like so often. But like for my case, it's like a year, maybe sometimes a yearly basis lah. So I might as well just capture as much as possible lor. And like when I'm overseas, it's like if it's a once in a year kind of thing, then might as well capture as much as possible and like see how to use it as like in a way to spur my creativity lor. So I kind of like slowly started to enjoy doing all this kind of stuff when traveling. Yeah.
Yeah, man. So I guess guys, if you haven't seen his travel videos, his travel vlogs, and his airplane videos, please check out his YouTube channel. Now sitting near near 2,000 subscribers. It's at Isaac Fly Away.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thanks for the support. Woo.
yeah. You there's a lot of like funny. Okay, no, not say funny. I mean like intriguing. YouTube titles he put in. It even started like our group. You wanna explain that I see Saigon inside joke that we have. It started this WhatsApp group chat, right?
Yeah, so out of the blue, yeah, that's like, I just wanted to create a title to make the story, like, to at least make it, like, have a nice title for it instead of like Ho Chi Minh travel video 20, I don't know what, 2018. Yeah, it's like very boring. How I wanted to make it like more like interesting lah, so I put that title because I thought of like, okay, the eyes. Why not? I see Saigon. Then you guys started to like, yeah,
It was
use it
such a
and
it's
repeating
such
it
a
every day.
yeah, it's such a big inside joke, right? Like I don't even know why we call ourselves the Saigon Boys also.
So
It's so
random.
dumb. It
So
all stemmed from
random.
this. It all stemmed from this like one YouTube video. Yeah. Yeah. So speaking about specialties, right? And you also mentioned about like the fact that you're working in internship right now as like final year batch one. I want to ask you like how's internship going?
I can say okay. I'm in my third week. Actually, I ended my third week now, so going to fourth week now. I can say it's very bittersweet lah. Like motion graphics, bittersweet. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay, when me and Fatin first started our internship, like the first week, we were like stressing out because so many things to do, and it's like, okay, day one was like, okay, we get used to it and just chill. Then day two, everything just starts coming in like tsunamis. And like, okay, our student project in motion graphics is enough, right? But like imagine having studio project like not say yeah all the time. And so basically we're given a lot of things to do. You're like okay, given things to help to refine people's like our colleagues' social media posts. They help to create the social media posts like starting from like a bit like starting from scratch lah. So like and also like a bit of animation here and there, that kind of thing. So it's like it's like whenever we are busy with a task, then something else will pop out. So it's like we can't focus on one thing at a time. But like when we want to focus fully on something else will come in. And those some things are like little tasks like help to change the photo size lah, help to refine this post lah, change the text size lah, all these kind of small little things. Then you are like, oh my god, I cannot focus, so many things to do. then then you have this like they use this thing called Slack and Trello. So the intention of using Trello is to update our like progress, and it's so difficult to use because so many things to like you don't even know how to use it. Then it's so confusing, and Slack is like the place where they will your supervisor, your colleague will just give you work to do lah. Then you ask questions, ask here, there, everything, like communicate there. So every day is like having many tabs open, and open your Photoshop, some other apps, then Slack, then Trello, then everything is popping in at once. So you're like very busy, and it's like so hard to like catch up and cope like during the first 2 weeks lah. So it was like yeah, me and Fatin were like, oh my god, it's only 4th day of intern and it feels like 3 months already.
Oh man, so you're like an octopus, right?
Yeah,
On your desk.
very busy. So like at 10 we are in the office, and then we are just on our computer all the way until like 1, and then okay, 1 is the best period of like lunch break is the best period of time because you can finally step out of the office and have a bit of like like can relax a bit lah. Then like we come back, the moment we come back at 2 p.m. we just like chiong all the way to 7 p.m. So literally the whole day we are in front of our screen and we are using our laptops lah. So I hope that after intern our laptops won't like catch fire or something.
Oh
So
my
many
god.
things to do. But okay lah, like in our third like as for now, like in our 3rd week things are getting a bit much better because we are kind of like slowly getting used to the fast pace there, and also like work wise I think it's more like toned down a bit, so like we're getting used to it lor. And okay lah, we managed to learn how to work faster lor, because the fact that we are given this task to do, then like we have a limited like deadline also to do that task. And then when you're using things like Photoshop, okay, for me and Fatin, our Photoshop skills actually quite not very good lah, but we are tasked to use Photoshop to create like static posts for Facebook and Instagram, that kind of stuff. So like we have to, when we get the working file, we are like normally very confused, like why got this clipping mask, don't know what kind of layering. So it's like because sometimes it's out of desperation you go and Google and then you figure things out on our own lah. But surprisingly, like okay lah, at the end we managed to learn new things from it, and like on trying to figure things out on our own, and like learning how to use it. So okay lah, we managed to, as for now we kind of managed to cope better a bit more. And
Oh,
yeah,
okay. So how like how do your like colleagues like sort out like your layers in Photoshop? Because like you're saying like you're suddenly receiving all these clipping masks here and there, right? It's like very confusing, right? Is this like layer management thing standardized in the company?
oh it, oh this requires us to also learn how to manage our files wisely also. Really teaches us how to like learn how to like organize our things properly also. Like in a way, like when we receive our like the files from them, then like okay lah, it's actually quite organized, but it's the confusing part is that when some parts are hidden and some parts are shown, then we have to like look through the layers and try to figure out what is what on our own. Then sometimes it's like when okay lah, at first, because we were not used to using Photoshop, then we couldn't understand why got arrow here, why got this effect but cannot bring over. Then when you delete it, the whole thing messed up. So it's like we are like trying to see and figure out on our own. Then that kind of thing lah. But like sometimes when you ask your colleagues for like, okay, if you show your colleagues and ask, is this okay? Like, can this part be changed, whatever. Then when they give you like feedback and tell you how to do, you actually learn from them also lah. Like, okay, like for example, like, okay, add shadow to this picture, then then your shadow isn't as realistic enough. Then you didn't realize that you can actually use shadow and put like some motion blur to it in Photoshop. So it's like, oh, okay, I learned something new today.
Holy shit, you can actually put motion blur in Photoshop.
Yeah, you can actually do that. So it's quite cool lah. Like you do and you learn. like naturally you figure out on your own now.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, so like is it like static motion blur or is it like the animated motion blur?
Not not it's not animated lah, but it's static lah. Like you want your still like pose to look a bit more like it's moving, then you add the blur to make it more realistic and convincing. Yeah.
Wow, the more you know, man. I need to figure out how to do that. Yeah, so well, moving aside from your internship, right? Like wanted to ask, like what's your dream company? Do you like think you'll be looking forward to working in the same company you're interning in right now, or do you want like start go to another company or like be a solo freelancer?
I think after like so now like being an intern and getting to see how like being in a creative in agency is like, you start to understand that like the pace will be like this in general in the industry lah. It will be like quite fast paced and like a lot of clients to like deal with also. So but I think I kind of enjoy the design aspect of it lah. So like when you're given something, then you can design it. I think I might consider doing this maybe, but like not say 100% I might want to do this lah for long. I think I'm kind of interested in like more on like creating stories of people. So really I think for a dream, I think I would really dream to be doing things like our grandfather's story or something like that after I graduate. So I hope to like really have the chance to like be able to experience that and like learn on how they manage to communicate with like the people that they want to interview with, and like how they create, like how they bring their story to life also. It's like kind of interesting for me lah, and I'm kind of interested in like doing such a thing and like taking people's story and like letting others know their story as well. Yeah.
So our grandfather's story is kind of like the big giant thing, right? Is it? I'm not sure what that series is called, the one that got shut down.
Oh, that's Great Big Story.
Oh, Great Big Story. Is it something similar?
Kind of. Like looking at what they have now for grandfather's story is quite all rounded lah. They even have like motion graphics as well. It's called O Plus and then they create like a story using motion graphics to showcase it, and I find it like okay, the storytelling is quite interesting. Yeah.
Okay. Will you be on the production side, like the one on the camera, or are you gonna be like the post workflow kind of guy if you are like working for our grandfather's story?
I want to do the production side. It'll be quite fun to be able to be there talking to the people and like shooting, like filming them on site also lah. Yeah.
Interesting.
So like maybe like from there on, then you can have like maybe when you observe and see how like others talk to talk to people to make them more comfortable on camera, you from there can learn how to like do it yourself also lor. So I hope to like really like in a way learn that skill of like making people more comfortable to talk about their story in front of the camera. Like in a way you have to break you have to break the boundaries between you and them. Yeah.
Mm.
Mm.
Yep. So moving on to the next question. It's more of like a personal, like preference kind of thing, you know. I want to ask you, what's your favorite typeface?
Wow. Difficult question. Favorite typeface Wow. This is hard
You know, in the previous episode, like Chevelle asked like which is your like what like she asked us like what's the favorite typeface that you like to um you know do that thing with, yeah, uh and I chose Futura.
Oh, I
So
thought Helvetica, yeah. You always put
uh,
Helvetica to your stuff, right?
uh I mean after a while like Helvetica feels a bit boring. Yeah, but I wanted to ask you, you know, as a follow up to that.
Oh my goodness, this is so difficult to answer. Okay,
Like maybe
sorry?
like maybe the first like typeface that comes off to your mind when like you like to use in a project.
I don't have one in mind, but I love sans serif typeface a lot lah. I'm not a fan of serif kind of typeface because like it's classical lah, but like you don't know how to really like you have to think, you have to really brainstorm on how to make use like serif background and the serif like typeface to make it like nice. Yeah.
Right, it's so like difficult. All of us like very modernist, but if we could step out and like go back in time, we could probably learn from their aesthetic and like probably animate that typeface.
Mm.
Yeah. Would you be doing a kinetic typography thing soon?
Want to try though, because I feel that my style is a bit too simple. So like trying to play with kinetic type and like having many layers behind it is kind of interesting to try out lah. Yeah, and it
Mm.
allows me to like come out of my comfort zone to try to like okay like it may be confusing at first, but like trying to make it look nice at the same time. So I think that is something that I can really like explore lor. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I think you should like go back to the the my dog is Bodoni days. The thing that you did for like kinetic type, that module. Yeah. Oh yeah, Biman. I wanted to ask you, you know, like would you be allowed to do this in your internship? Like, do you think like your boss is gonna ask you to do like an ad soon, and would you be able to do it?
Mm, as for now, like the ads they were given is just Facebook ads lah. So it's like they give us the assets, then we design the assets. Like design the okay, so there will be like when doing our briefing, like when someone is briefing us on that project itself, they have like a mini like their slides right, they will show like okay, this this post this will be this will be inside of it. So like it's a bit like a rough draft out storyboard of like how the post will look like when it's animated. And then from there like they give you all the assets. Then from there you design the whole like you design storyboards like still frames, a bit like Stella style frames of like how the thing will look like. Then when it's approved by clients then you animate it. So I think looking at what we are doing now, I'm not sure whether we might have the chance to do like motion type in a way. Like looking at what like my colleagues are juggling with now for like the clients. So I'm not sure if we might have the chance to do it or not.
Oh
Yeah.
man. No, it's okay. That's a pity. Besides, like, I'm also quite sad to hear that you are working on your laptops, and then with like with like overheating PC and Fatin's like MacBook that I understand like our MacBook Pro, right, the CPU get kena bottleneck and shit. Like when we open After Effects, we often run into crashes and stuff. It'll be very hard to do multi-layered motion graphics, right?
Martin is like quite funny though. She's like, okay, I don't have a hard drive. Oh my god, my computer is gonna run out of space. She's like, okay, after I get my pay, I need to buy a hard drive.
Does she not solve it directly? Because like running out of hard drive space seems like a big problem.
Yeah, she keeps showing me that the space in her com. Like,
Or I haven't run out yet lah, but then it's gonna run out lah.
yeah, she's like, oh no.
Tension is sky high, man.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
it's good lah. Like this week we have like a bit more free time lah. Because during that free time we have to wait for feedback from our colleagues and the client lah. So we got technically nothing to do. So like during our free time we just have the chance to work on what we want to work on for our personal project. So okay lah, good lah. Like some small little free time to like do what we want to do. Yeah.
very nice. That's tying into my next question. I wanted to ask you, like, is there any personal projects you are currently working on?
Yeah, there is.
There is? Oh, like what are you working on right now?
Uh, so I wanted to do a little dance video of Josh dancing to a song. So now I'm currently because the footage is like in my comp for quite a while already. Then I haven't really started editing it. So right now I'm working on like the After Effects part of it.
Ah,
Yeah,
oh,
trying out how to like when you have a footage and then you kind of draw over it and like trace it in different styles. I might want to explore that. So yeah, trying that out now.
like right now, this weekend, or like during your work hours?
During my work lor. Can be now also lah, during the weekend also kind of free.
I see. So when do you film this footage? Like, do you film it during like the first VFX assignment? Like
Yeah,
when,
actually it was during then.
or it's all the deleted scenes lah?
Not the latest scene, he danced to another song. So yeah, I decided to okay, that song and that song fits his clothes and the background, so why not go with it? So yeah, I was like, okay, I want to do something. I want to create something from that. So yeah.
Oh shit! So you made him dance to two different songs. Like one is Justin Timberlake, and then the other one is the current solo project you're working on.
Yeah, because he suddenly danced to that song. Then I saw the album cover and like the song, and it's like, hey, it kind of fits like that. Okay, let's do it. So
Can't
yeah,
stop the feeling, man.
yeah.
Yeah. Right. So okay, now I want to ask you this like question. Like we've had this discussion on the train before. I wanted to like ask your opinion about it again on like the podcast. Right. So do you think like a film entirely based on motion graphics is possible? Or is it like borderline animation?
Like a movie,
Yeah. Like feature film or short film?
motion graphics. Hmm. Actually, it's possible. Like a short film, like 5 minutes, something like that.
Mm.
Like I do see some of them online, so it's quite nice. Like they create the set in they illustrate the set and then they animate it in After Effects. And it's just quite beautiful lah the way they, the person animate it. So yeah, I can introduce it to you now lah if you want.
Yeah, sure. Let's please introduce it to me and for our audience also.
So let me find it. Search for Taiko Weather. It's a instrumental music video. So it's kind of like motion graphics lah. It's quite nice. It's a bit more like animation kind of thing, but looks a bit like what we did. But looks a bit like what we learned, I guess. It's quite nice. Quite nice the way the person designed and animated.
How do you spell it?
Tycho. And then
Taiko Weather.
yeah, then you watch the first video. It's so nicely done. Amazing.
Taiko Weather official music video, right?
Yeah.
Okay, very nice. Oh, it also retains the cinematic aspect ratio.
Yeah.
That's cool, man. Right, so one last question before we end this. Like, do you have any advice for like our audience, like especially like our juniors?
Try to enjoy intern as much as possible lah. Like in a way, like you're an intern and some companies they treat interns quite nicely also. So for us, actually we are quite blessed in a way lah. Like our supervisors are he's quite nice lah. Then like our colleagues, they are also quite nice also. Like the dynamics there is quite funny sometimes. Because sometimes they were like literally when they're stressed out, then they will say really funny things. Yeah, so just try to enjoy as much as possible lah. And learn as much as possible during intern, or like ask questions, then like find out more about like the company you're working in and their industry. Then yeah, just absorb as much as possible lah during intern. Then for like just enjoy school life as much as possible, because when you go out to work might be quite different already lah.
Yeah, it's pretty depressing.
Yeah, I miss school life.
What a miserable adult, man. Yeah. Wait. One final question. Okay, because I forgot to shoot on this hit. So, okay, the context to this is we are working in NDP. Like I'm in FYP batch 2 and Isaac's in FYP batch 1. So it's gonna take over very soon.
Time to die.
And it's gonna be hit hard. It's gonna be hit hard by so much shit. Yeah. I was gonna ask you, are you looking forward to NDP?
Okay, the thing I wish will happen is that you guys do the assets and we just animate it. Please do that. Please, I beg you guys. Please. We don't have much time when we come back.
We will, man.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That will be a great help to us lah. I think if you guys are saying that it's going to be hell when we come back, I think the best that can happen is that we can just have the assets and just animate them for you guys. Then that'll be the best thing. Yeah.
Yeah, won't be slacking so much. Yeah, so that's it, guys. Thanks for listening. If you'd like to ask me a question, email me at ginsengfilmpteltd@gmail.com. Your question may be featured in the next episode. See you next time.